quickly. Mastering pumping. This video is all about mastering pumping system efficiency, tips and tricks for chemical transfer successes using pipe flow experts to solve the problem. Now, this system design includes the stainless steel pump we use to transfer a chemical to two tanks at a set flow rate to each tank. The flow to each tank is regulated by a flow control valve set to limit the flow rate. The system includes a special filter which has been modeled by adding a component to pipe P3. Component pressure losses can be a fixed loss independent of the flow rate, or can be modeled as a component. Okay, there is no reason this through. You can pause and read through the whole thing. So now let's open pipe flow expert software. This is the software. So now we're going to design this. Now what I'll do now is to add tank. So I'll add a tank here. This tank should not be an atmospheric tank. So I will use a closed tank. So now the surface pressure is 0.3 bar gauge. The liquid level is 3 meters. The bottom elevation is 2.2. Sorry, the bottom elevation is 1 meter. Now I needed to change the name of this tank as from node 1 to tank A. So that is the name of the tank. So now, haven't done that, but before I start, I need to change the fluid, because the fluid here is water at 20 degrees C at 0.0 bar gauge. So now I can click this button here to change the fluid, or I can use here fluid, change fluid. Now the fluid we're supposed to use carbon tetrachloride, because this is a chemical transfer system. So now I needed to, let me check. Okay, this is it. So I need to now, you either double click this, or you come here, you click this button which is use selected fluid. I will just click this button. So that is it. So now I will not have to save it, the system. So it has changed. So the whole system now will not be using this fluid. Now I also need to make some changes in the unit. So I will now select this specific unit. So if I go to units, go to specific units, I need to change the flow rate. The flow rate is supposed to be meter cubes per minute. So select this, just say okay. That is all I needed to change there. Then next, I need to select this add pipe button. Then I'll select here, move the 3 boxes. Now I need to now define the default pipe spec. Now I will say yes. I need to change, the internal diameter of this is 102.26, so I will need to change it. So I'll click this material button. I'll click the material button what we're supposed to use is stainless steel because this is chemical, so we needed to change the material to stainless steel. This is stainless steel. I'm using schedule 5x, so I will just select this. I will select it. It's highlighted blue. I will now select the select button. Then we are on the size of the size of the pipe we're supposed to use is 2-inch pipe. So now having selected it, I will say use selected size. So if I click this button, use selected size, I will just click here. This is 2-inch now. So I will now click this button, save to pipe. Now that is it, has changed. So now I need to also change the length. I need to change the length to 5. Okay, let me say it's 5 meters. I'll click OK. This is it. Then I have to draw the next pipe, the second pipe, draw the third pipe, and then this is the fourth one, the fifth one, and the sixth pipe. So I will now right click. I'll come to this type, the joint type. I'll change it to tank. This is an atmospheric tank. I'll change it to a closed tank. So I need to change the value of this. This is 0.3 bar gauge as surface pressure. The liquid level should be the liquid level of this second tank will be 1.3 meters. Then the bottom elevation is 2.2 meters. Let me see. Now this tank, I need to change it from node 7 to tank B. Now I also need to add another pipe through along this line. I will select this add pipe button. I will now come to node 5. I will select node 5. Now then I will now draw another line, a horizontal line this way. Draw another line, pipeline, then right click. Now at this joint point type, I will change it to tank. Change the tank shape to this to closed tank. Now I need it is not atmospheric pressure, atmospheric tank, so I need to change the surface pressure to 0.3 bar gauge. Now the liquid level is 1.3. The same with the second tank. So and the bottom elevation is 2.2 meters. So now I need to tank C. Tank C, then now the whole of this from pipe 5, 6, 7, 8 and pipe 9 has a different pipe size, so we need to change the pipe size. To do that, we select this edit default. So select this edit default. Now I need to select the pipes, pipe 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now we need to change the value here, the default the pipe default values here. So now when you look at here, this is pipe default values. So now I will select this. There's no need to change the material because the materials is just the same thing, stainless steel. I will select the sizes. So the size button. Now the size we need is 1.5 inch pipe. So this is the one. I will now select it. Use selected size. I will just click this. So it has been changed to that. I will now say save data to pipe. So now the whole of this is that. So now this whole thing now, what I will do now is I will click this copy default pipe value to selected pipe. So I click it, say okay. This whole pipe now has been changed. Now the next thing to do is I will uncheck these boxes. Now I'll leave pipe 5. Pipe 5. The length of pipe 5 is, now I need to now change length here now. The length of pipe 5 is 15 meters. So I'll just change here to 15 meters. I'll just say, I'll click this button so that this thing will now be changed to. And then now the next thing to do now, I will check this. Then pipe 7 is 30 meters. Now have to check pipe 7. Change this length to 30 meters. Click this copy default pipes value to selected. So now the changes has been done now. Now the next thing I will do is to change pipe 8. I want check pipe 7, change pipe 8 to check pipe 8. Then now change the length of the pipe to 22 meters. So just click enter, then click copy to pipe, say okay. Then the next thing, there are some changes, and I need to now uncheck this. I will check this and select pipe 1. The first pipe, check by first pipe. The first pipe is supposed to be 15 meters. I will now have to change this to 15 meters. Now the size of pipe 5 is not. Let me be sure I'm done with all this. The one that the internal diameter is 44.958. Now this is supposed to be 22. This is supposed to be 30. This pipe 7 is 30 meters. Pipe 8 is 22 meters. Pipe 5 is 15 meters. So I'm done with this pipe sizes. So now I need now to work on these other pipe sizes, these 2-inch pipe sizes. Now for pipe 1, the first pipe, I need to change the size back to 2 inches. Back to 2 inches. So save to default. Now click save to default. Now this has been changed to 57. So I need to change the first pipe to 15 inches. So I've done that. So now I'll just say copy default pipe value to selected pipe, which is done now. Then the next thing is to change pipe. I want to check this, select pipe 2, select pipe 4, because pipe 2 and pipe 4 are supposed to be 7 meters. They're supposed to be 7 meters, so I need to select them. Now click this button. So they are now 7 meters. I will now uncheck them. I will now check pipe 3. Pipe 3, the length is supposed to be 30 meters. So I'll change this to 30 meters. Now I need to check. Now click this button, copy default pipe value to selected pipe. So now I need to uncheck this. Okay, if you look at it now, we are done with the pipe sizes. So now just click OK. So the changes, we have affected all the changes we needed to change. We need to happen based on the pipe length. So now the next thing to do is to add fittings. So pipe 1 has elbow. Now let me, this data sheet, this fitting database is on size 1.5 inches. So for me to move it to 2 inches database sheets, I will now need to select, they say move to fitting size. I will now come here, select the size, which is 2 inches. So this is it. So now I need to select standard bend, one standard bend. Then the next is to select the gate valve. This is a gate valve. I'll double click, or I click this button, add select to pipe. So I'll just click this button, and I need to save it there. So it's there now. And now select the second pipe. The second pipe, there's supposed to be a pump there. So I'll select the pump. The pump is supposed to be at 2 meters along the pipe, and then at an elevation meter. Now I need to load a pipe. I will now come to this load button. I will select this load 5 button. Now this is a stainless steel pipe. I will just select it and click open. So now it has load the data of the pipe. So I will just click draw graph. It will draw the pump performance curve graph. So now this is a pump performance curve of this particular pump we just choose. Now next thing I'll do is just to say, I'll click this button, save to pipe. So that is it here now. Then the next thing, the pipe is still highlighted. So now select this fitting button. We needed to add elbow, that is standard bend elbow, and a gate valve. Then I'll click save. Then I'll select, let me select this pipe 3. Pipe 3 needs an elbow, a 2-inch elbow. Just save it to the pipe. Then it also needs a filter. So I need to load, I need to now load the filter we have saved. That is in our data sheet, in our database, in the database of this software. So now I will click here, load file, load from file. So I will just click this. This is it. This is filter component. Now I will just select this open button. Now these are the datas. These are the modeled, as in the model filter. Now this filter is being modeled in line with curve losses, not a fixed loss filter, because a fixed loss is independent of the flow rates, but a variable loss depends on the flow rate of the fluid. So now we are using variable loss filter. Now, so now having selected this, you can pause and copy down these data, these informations. So when you're trying to test run what you are learning from this video, you can now save it on your software and run with it. So now I will click this OK button. So the filter is here now. Then I'll select this pipe. On this pipe, what we just needed to add is just elbow. So it's a 2-inch standard bend elbows. Yes, okay. Then this other pipe 5, I'll select it. What we need to add there is just an elbow, but now it's not a 2-inch elbow, it's an 1/2-inch elbow. So 1.5-inch elbow. Well, that size is 1.5. So now I will select this standard bend. So I need to add that. Say save. Click the save button. Then we now need to add a flow control valve. FCV 0.102. The flow rate of this, the flow rate for this flow control valve is 0.102. So now this is set flow rate. Now click OK. Then I'll select this pipe, just add an elbow, which is a standard bend. Click save. On this other pipe, I just needed to add an elbow. I'll double click this, or I click this add select to pipe. Click save to be saved. So I'll select this, add an elbow to again. I'll either double click this, or I click this add select to pipe. So I will now click save to add it to the pipe. So now I need to add a control valve, which is FCV 0.146. Now the flow rate is 0.146. Click OK. So that is it here. Now on this other pipe, I needed to add an elbow, a standard bend, 90-degree standard bend. So now we are done. Or what we're supposed to do now. So now what I will do next is, okay, I haven't selected the. So we are done with what we're all to do. Let me check the elevation of these nodes. Node 2 is 1 meter, correct? Node 3 1 meter, node 4 1 meter, node 5 1 meter, node 8 1 meter, node 9 1 meter, node 6 1 meter. Okay, so we're good to go. So everything is intact and okay. Now what I will do next is to run because when you check now, having this flow control valve has given us the flow rates at each of these lines. That is line P, that line for this line pipe 7. So the what is flowing through this place should be 0.146 meter cube per minute. Then through this place should be 0.120. So the flow control valve has set those flow rates, meaning that if you add this up, you get the flow rates flowing from pipe 1 from tank A into tank into tank B and C, which implies that we have known the flow rates of the pump. So now what we need in this particular question now is to know the head, as in the head of the pump, that can now flow this fluid at these flow rates without having any issue. So now I will now click calculate. So it's successful. So the head of the pump, let me click all results. So let's look at the pump here. This is a pump. So this is the pump head. This is the required net suction head, while this is the available net suction head. So since the available net suction head is more than the required net suction head, then the system works. That means the system is working perfectly well. Now the pump is working. The pump efficiency is at 76.98. So it's good. The good system is the design was okay. Now the pump head is 7.769. So now let's look at the chart, the pump chart. So from the pump chart, you see the pump, that is the horsepower. About 1 horsepower can work, because this is about 0.716 kilowatts. Now you have the head to be 7.769, and the flow rate 0.266, which is adding the other two flow rates, 0.146 plus 0.12. That will give you 0.266. And now look at the point where when you look at the performance curve, this green dot shows the operating point of the pump. So now when you move vertically down, you see the flow rate of the pump, which is about 0.266. Now if you move horizontally towards the vertical axis, you will now see the head of the pump, which is about between 7 and 8. So that is it, which is from here now is 7.769. Now if you move towards this side, if you move up to this chart, this one is efficiency curve. So now if you move from this point to this point, if you now move towards this side, you will now see the efficiency, which is about 77, which is what is written here. Now for the power, for the net suction head required, now if you move down this way, so this red curve is net suction head required. So if you move down from this point, which is the operating point, the operating point of the pump. If you move down to it towards this way, you move vertically down, you will now get about 0.408. So that is it. So thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.